Hello, Taurus North Node. Welcome to your 3-month forecast. I'm Samara, your Feminist Alchemist, and this reading will cover December 2022 to February 2023. Please keep in mind that these are general readings, so not all of the messages will resonate with everybody. Just take what feels relevant to you and leave the rest for whoever else needs to hear that message at this time. If you are feeling this video, do give it a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so that I know and the divine knows that you are interested in having these messages directed to your energy. And it helps me connect with your energy better for sure. Click the bell as well to be notified when I upload. Just to reiterate, these are North Node readings, so I don't read for any other placement. If you are not sure what your North Node sign is, there is a link in the description box that will lead you to a chart of North Node placements. Just find your birthday and it will tell you where the North Node was. You could also read run your birth chart. What else do you need to know? Okay, if you are new to my channel, welcome. And I use a very specific spread that my guides gave to me for the North Node placement specifically. So we start with what we call the universal energies. That's what me and my guides are calling it. Universal energies, those are the big overarching themes and the big energies that are swirling towards you in the universal soup at the moment. Then we have the 5D as the next circle. That is your 5D self, future self, higher self, not highest, but 5D self. What they would like you to know and work towards in order for your next stage of expansion. Then we do the 3D reality. That's what's happening in your physical reality, day-to-day life that is showing up as opportunities for your expansion. Then we ask, how do we bridge the 3D and the 5D? What strategies can you use to bridge that gap? And then, second to last, I will take 4 cards, and every time I do a North Node reading, I have a different theme for those 4 cards. Sometimes it's karma, sometimes it's galactic messages or quantum messages. This time it is the portal of your heart, what needs to come through the portal of your heart for your expansion of this time. And last but not least, I pull final oracles. So all of that is going to be time-stamped so that you can revisit it at any time. You can, if you can't sit for the full hour, because this will take about an hour, then you can come back and pick up where you left off. And because it is a 3-month reading, I do, want to facilitate you being able to come back and re-listen to any parts of the messages, because of course in a couple weeks, in a month's time, something that didn't seem relevant now may be relevant then. So let's get started. Without further ado, Taurus North Node. Oh, one other thing I was going to mention. I am opening up a limited amount of North Node readings, this is called personal readings, for 2023. So I've linked that in the description box below if you're interested. Okay, so we have Worthy. What came up next? Intuition. Divinity. And right. So Taurus North Node, a big overarching theme for you is your sense of self-worth. And how you regard the gifts that you have been given in this lifetime. I feel that there is, with the intuition card and the divinity card, a time for tapping into the natural way that you think and feel. It's the way that you think and feel when you really just let yourself flow. And the reason why that's so important is because it seems that it's a time to open yourself up. There's a lot of divine messages flowing through you. And with the right card, you may be being called to write, or you may be, I'm actually more getting it in the figurative sense of writing your own future, or helping write a collective future. There's also then in this overarching, expansive energy, the worthiness to be someone important, to regard yourself as someone important, and the difference between knowing that you're valuable and important and being arrogant. So some of you who are listening to this, that you have a very high vibrational spirit that you may not be letting out. So we'll find that out in the rest of the cards. I don't want to go that deep. We'll stay with the overarching. Yep. There's you also coming together with very high vibrational beings, which will allow you to be more of yourself. Because this journey is also, or primarily, about remembering. We go through the veil of amnesia in this incarnation, and we are in a process of remembering our own divinity. So that is a big theme. They do want me to keep write as, yes, there is writing as a career, but also writing as a transmission of divinity, and the figurative sense of writing your own future. So there's empowerment in this. If I were to sum all four of these cards up into one word, it's empowerment. I'm going to head to the 5D now. So for that, I'll grab 6 cards. We have authority, transparency, surrender, perception, divine masculine, and presence. I think I'm only taking the top one, or they want two. Integrity. Okay. Yep, that's it. So you have some reoccurring themes already, like color-wise. You have presence and authority are very similar in their shape. You have concentric circles. Presence is 32, which adds up to 5, and authority is card 10. Then you have integrity, which is this combination of the blue and the green. And you see transparency is the blue and surrender is the green. In this case, okay. So I'm getting a lot of energy around you having knowledge, but not feeling that you are the person, like feeling like you have no right to be an authority on something. And this came up for Libra as well, I believe, that because the knowledge is coming from some strange, otherworldly, or inner place that feels like it's coming out of your imagination, you may not feel like you have the right to be an authority on a topic because you didn't go to, through the typical channels of higher education, for example, or training to obtain that knowledge. But authority, in this case with intuition, is indicating that you have knowledge coming through. And I feel this message is probably going to come for a lot of the North Node signs. You have knowledge that does not need to be learned. You learned it in another life already, right? It's only now it's becoming active in your awareness as the veil of forgetfulness or the veil of amnesia is diminishing, and you're remembering all of your life experiences, past life experiences, otherworldly experiences, and you're remembering your connection to other dimensional beings who also transmit information to you. So take that as it resonates. It could also be from ancestral realm. Long story short, you have an innovative mind, an inner wisdom that should be trusted. And I feel with transparency, it's about, you need to express these things. The energy of transparency supports our expansion towards a higher vibrational state of being with more insight, honesty, and clarity. So these things need to be expressed, and even if you don't express it to anyone else in the next 3 months, your higher self, your 5D self, is asking you or encouraging you to investigate it for yourself. So this writing could also do with journaling for whatever. And surrender is like let go of trying to fit that into a box. at least for now, right? You need to let your mind run wild, and all of those ideas and creativity, and whatever form it comes. You could be a scientist. You could be someone who is naturally very good at math but never finished high school. You know what I mean? It's like, take that natural interest and ability and channel it into something. And it doesn't, worthy is also, it doesn't have to be at this point some great business idea, money-making activity for it to be worth your time to invest energy into it. It is a powerful part of you that wants to live and wants to now come out into the world, right? The things that we love and that feed us should not be things that we have to just like squirrel away and find half an hour or only time on the weekend to enjoy, right? Best case scenario, or, well, they want me to not say best case. There's always better and bigger and more expensive dreams to have. But dream for yourself that you are spending the majority of your day in that energy, even if that's not the case right now because you have a relatively mundane day-to-day type of job, or a job that just feels like a job. And we'll get back to that later, likely in the 3D. But actually, no, right now, perception. Be curious about why your life is structured the way it is, why you think the way you think, and how that structure and the way you think like lends itself to your further development and expansion. So you could have a friend that annoys the crap out of you. I don't know why this. You could have a friend that annoys the crap out of you, but if you really sit on it, well, you're still friends with the person. They have a very annoying habit, right? Is that annoying habit because you also do that and you don't like it in yourself? Or is it because, are they annoying you so that you actually speak up from time to time, right? And set boundaries and say your opinions. So, and are you in, they want me to say this one specifically, are you in a mundane kind of no passion job so that you could use your passion elsewhere? Like you have energy for other things. And they're saying like when you see it in that way, then all of a sudden this job that is draining and boring becomes like it has this purpose. It is, relatively easy to get through the day, or you can make it easy by not stressing about it. It's a job where you don't have to bring home any thoughts of, or any work, right? When you get home, your mind is completely free to, do whatever it wants to do. Or maybe in your job, it's repetitive, and so you have time to daydream. So these are the things that they want you to look at. Changing your perception. I'll read the card because they would like that. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Yep. So look at how you are evaluating, judging the structure and quality of your life, and do yourself the favor of questioning that. And just as an exercise as well, you can take your life, make yourself into a character, and totally change you have all of the same elements, but that character regards all of those elements differently, like has a different perspective on life than you. And just see what comes up. Maybe you can do it 2 or 3 times, right? and see how perception changes the story. Divine Masculine. I feel is an active energy, as in you're being called to act upon your dreams and ideas. And in a they say not in an like forceful but not aggressive, as in intentional and directed, but you don't need to fight anybody. At least in this part of the spread, it doesn't look like you need to fight anybody just yet. And even if there comes a challenge, it's like there's so much energy behind this, so much support, so much high vibrational, positive, I use that term loosely, positive energy, good intentions, right? That you need to believe in the good intention more than the challenges, if the challenges come up. But I am getting that the challenges are more within than without. Okay, and then we have presence. The energy of presence supports our ability to focus our full attention and stay in the here and now. And integrity, the energy of integrity supports our choice to be consistently truthful and honest while being guided by high moral standards. Yeah. I feel that there's two sides of this message here. There is, number one, you owe it to yourself to be fully anchored in what it is you're experiencing. So if you are all of a sudden feeling like, hey, I am psychic, intuitive, empath, whatever labels you want to put on it, I have spiritual gifts, I am innovative, like beyond my time, I have philosophies beyond my time. They want you to own that and take responsibility for that, because it's truly a gift, and it's a gift. Your gift is a gift to all of us as well. I'm feeling like a sense of service, a sense of duty. And that's also an energy that they would like you to explore and navigate. I'm hearing like someone having heard at some point in their life, oh, you think you're so special, or don't think you're so special, or something like this. And it's been internalized where you don't think you're special, or you're very careful about not coming across as arrogant and a know-it-all. But the reality is what you know is what you know, right? And there's going to be people who feel threatened by that or want to cut you down because they're not in touch with their gifts yet. And like, it's not necessarily that they're a bad person, they're just not in touch with their own gifts yet. So when they see you with incredible gifts, they don't, it makes them feel bad about themselves, and therefore they project that onto you. It happens. Just keep being fully present in your truth and using your truth not to make other people feel insignificant or not on your level, right? It's just because, well, you have this divine gift and it needs to be used. So sorry if it makes you feel, inadequate. But I'm rooting for you to also tap into your divine gifts so that you can be as present and confident in what you have to offer as I am. So I'm going to leave that part there. We're saying to move on. And I am now on your 3D, and I've already gotten the first card, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is what is happening in your physical reality as opportunities for expansion. We have the Queen of Pentacles, this way. The Eight of Pentacles, upright. I'm going to take it. The Five of Pentacles. Wow, there's a lot of pentacles. and then I got two here, so let's see. Ooh, the Fool. And the Three of Cups. Oh, that's very nice. Okay. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I'm feeling that there's a situation in which you're feeling disempowered, or you have been disempowering yourself for a long time. I feel that you've been playing yourself small for a long time. And it has also been blocking your abundance. Now your abundance can be financial. It can be, you don't have genuine friends, or you don't feel loved and appreciated. That's all abundance in this life as well, to be surrounded by love, affection, enjoying people's company, having people enjoy your company, right? Playing yourself small. Whichever situations in which you are playing yourself small is what is going to come up to be dealt with in the next 3 months. With the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like you are slowing yourself down. Like, wait, I can't go this whole distance because I have to learn something first. I have to go through the motions. I see you backing up to put all your ducks in a row, or to build something that is more stable. I don't want to call it stable. That looks more attractive to people. So for example, they're showing me someone like building a website. So if you're a actress, musician, a creative person, and you feel you're out in the world trying to get work and get recognition, but you realize that, other people in your field are, they went to design school, they did an apprenticeship under a master. So I see you kind of either trying to gain more experience or going through your head, through your life experiences, and trying to build something that looks more official, professional to other people. But the Five of Pentacles in the upright here is also telling me that you may feel that you've made missteps in life, or wasted time, or wasted opportunities in the past. And there's a dissatisfaction with where you are now, but blaming it on things that you feel were missteps along the way. And before I even get the cards that give advice on how to bridge these two dimensions, I can say that your perception of how those experiences moved you forward through life is going to be important in the next 3 months. Then we have the Fool and the Three of Cups. So you may, and it's by surrender, of course. So I feel in the next 3 months you will have the opportunity to start anew, and that is going to come from possibly an unexpected source or someone resurfacing from the past. I feel it more to be a feminine energy. That doesn't mean that that the person is a woman, but it's a nurturing energy, a supportive, and these people will see you will see through you playing yourself small. And these may be friends who haven't expressed fully their feelings about you or their regard for you in the past, Or these could be completely new people who see you in the situation and the life that you've built for yourself and encourage you to build something new. Yes, we are on to bridging the 3D and the 5D. Okay. We have the Six of Swords. Page of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles again. And Justice. Oh. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. I love this deck. I haven't used it in a while. So, Six of Swords. Once again, we have the book. As I said, this is not for everybody, but someone is going to write a book. And likely a big one by this picture anyway. But you may have a lot to say. And I'm hearing the word Bible. So it may be that some of you out there have very significant philosophical thoughts about spirituality or about the way, the nature of society. And it has the potential to be like a Bible to some people, like a a guide on how to live in this world and how to interact. And there are some of you in this group. I mean, we're all awakening each other in some way, shape, or form, but some of us are meant to do bigger, encompassing things that awaken a lot of people at once, or sit in our, are available throughout time for other people to also access and have their awakening, in a decade or so, right? Whenever in the future. They just brought me back to some books that I've been reading that are channeled text and spiritual texts, what they put under New Age. And those books were written in the late 90s and late 80s through to the late 90s. And it was a very different landscape in terms of people, how people thought about psychic, intuition, even life on other planets, past lives, very different spiritual landscape, let's say. But they wrote their books anyway for us to access now at a time when more people are asking questions about the nature of our existence. So I'm getting that message. So I'll leave that message there and see if there's a broader message for those who are not writing a book. Okay, so I'm getting that it's time to take everything that you know and learned and just move forward with it. And to kind of resist being overly analytical. So I'm feeling that this book is filled with all of your experiences. Your life experiences combined with your intuitive knowledge that's a balance that you should pursue. Oh, yes. And if you're having these great innovative thoughts, or your intuition is speaking to you in a way, okay, how can I put it? They want you to match or look at how your life experiences and your intuitive mind, like those two things, and find where they mirror, where they reflect each other. Because they're saying that they have been prompting you, guiding you for a long time. And also, everything that has happened up to now has been for this phase, this moment, to come about as it's coming about. So yeah, seek to feel balance between your between your actual life, between your life experience and between what's opening up here in your intuition, or what's always been open. Because it seems that, yeah. It's been open, or it was open, and then you closed it, and it's opening up again, and you don't know what to do with it. This is, so take that as it resonates. The Page of Swords. Be a student of your own mind, right? This is coming by surrender. This is coming by the Fool. There's a lot of letting go here. And the Three of Cups is also, it's basically just emotional support for the journey. And the Page of Swords is telling me, you are you were a master in a past life, but in this life, you're still finding your footing of how to integrate all of this energy into. And look, they're writing again. So it's funny that at the beginning I said this may not be actual writing, but I still keep getting cards that have books and people writing. But they are telling me, yes, it does not have to be literal. They're talking about, here is surrender to what is true in your heart, because we're coming to the portal of the heart next. Surrender to what is true in your heart and dare, feel worthy enough, love yourself enough, be confident enough to start writing, like building your life around that truth. And this is not something that happens overnight, but it's something that you can affirm right away. You can set an intention for that right away. You can set a mantra or an affirmation for that right away, and see how, and repeat it every day, every morning and every night, right? And see how that begins to unfold and create new opportunities and allow other things to fall away. Because the intention of your life is different, right? And that is what the Queen of Pentacles is saying. You are looking up to harvest that which you planted, right? And it's also saying that when you look at the past of what you've experienced and decisions you've made, remember that no matter how the things turned out, go back and do look at what your intentions were and what seeds you were trying to plant. The seeds, whatever reason it didn't come to the conclusion or to the outcome that you were looking for, is not necessarily the reason that you think. Because you have the perception card down here again, right? So there are seeds that you planted in the past that you may have planted in the wrong place or planted with the wrong person, quote unquote wrong, right? In your perception, they were wrong, in your mistake. But they want you to know that things happened that way for a different reason than you perceive them to be. And that those seeds are still planted and are now, in the next 3 months, finding their way to fruition in a way that serves you better. And so Queen of Pentacles is like, have an inner knowing that of what seeds you planted. Remember why, the intention behind why you did what you did, especially in those things that didn't turn out the way you wanted them to turn out. They're giving me a very simple example to kind of illustrate that to you. You bring a pie to a party, and your intention was because you want everyone to enjoy pie and it's a special occasion and you want the host to, you want to bring something nice for the host, but the host feels insulted because she thinks or he thinks that they don't have enough food or they're not a good baker. And so, they already made cupcakes, but you had to bring pie, your fancy pie, which is so everyone loves your pie. And now no one wants their cupcakes and you're such a show off, and like so on and so forth. And then you start questioning the intention behind your pie. But you didn't have ill intentions behind the pie. You know what I'm saying? So they want you to start to kind of look at those things, the motivations behind your actions, and also understand that just because things turned out not the way you intended them to, it does not mean that your intentions were ill or that you didn't make the right decision at the time. You need to have more confidence that your actions are well-intended actions, regardless of how people interpret them. That's the sentence I got there. Justice. Yeah. Believe that everything is going to come into balance, and believe that you have also kind of done enough to move forward. In this case, I'm not seeing that you need to go through the motions at this point and delay your end goal because you feel you have to go back and do steps that you have missed. However, in that, do recognize that in the bottom of the deck, when I was shuffling the 5D cards, there was the discernment card. I feel that there is a balance between saying, I don't need to study, I don't need a diploma for this, I don't need training, I'm just going to do it. And the other side of the coin is I can't do anything until I have these certificates and pieces of paper, until I've done this, that, and the other. There's a balance between those two. So make sure that anything that you are engaging in to up your skill set or to give you a better professional reputation so that people trust what it is, your authority, people trust your voice. Make sure you're doing it because it actually adds value to you and not simply because you feel the world, like you feel outside pressure to do it. There has to be a balance between those two things. And this is what we're getting to now, you need to run every decision through the portal of your heart. I'm going to show you those two cards that came at the bottom because they came here and they're coming through now as I speak about the Justice card. So the two cards that came under were Soul Time. The frequency of Soul Time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. Yeah. So in this card, what's coming up in the Justice is the balance between that knowledge that you have innately, like that you were born with and gifted with, and what we do as humans in this society to be respected in our professions, let's say, or as authorities on certain topics. That's a balance that you're going to be, that you should navigate in the next 3 months. And then there is discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Yeah, there's going to be some people who would tell you that you have to do certain things to get certain places just because that's the way they did it. And that's fine for you to take into consideration, but always run it through your higher self, your discernment, run it by your guide, and run it through the portal of your heart to see how you really, if that is really a suitable step for you to take. Do the research, do the practical part, but make sure your intuitive feeling part is a part of that decision-making process. The portal of your heart. Oh, I have to ask if I'm going to take reverse cards in this because the deck that I'm using does have reverse meanings. But I was not going to use the guidebook for these. So just give me a second here. Okay. Okay, the vibe is feeling upright. And for the purpose of how I'm going to use these cards in the reading. So we have Earth, we have the Coyote. Portal of the Heart, what needs to be the giveaway and the smoky mirror. And the Sweat Lodge. Ooh, heavy. Okay, so the portal of your heart. Okay. I feel there is a need to accept your human form and accept humanness because many of you are having difficulty really being a part of this world, or at least the interpretation of what you think this world is, which is why you also need to be empowered to or accept the empowerment of creating your world. And that empowerment only comes when you are honest about what you feel in situations. So like if you have social anxiety, social awkwardness, if you run sentences 10 times through your head before you say them, these are not things that you need to be ashamed of or think that there's something wrong with you. You're having those experiences as valid experiences. It's just your experience, right? And it serves no one, and definitely doesn't serve yourself, to pretend or to hide from them as opposed to embracing them, right? There is a need to ask yourself if you feel you need to fix yourself. And with the Coyote, I feel so I had to look up the Coyote. And he's a sacred trickster. So once that word came in, it is a lot of the experiences that you have gone through were to make you an authority on whatever it is that you do. And I'm using the term loosely, what you do, because some of you are not doing it in any professional way whatsoever. But you will be. Maybe not directly in the next 3 months, but once you set the intention to be, it will start to unfold more quickly than you think. So looking at how the disappointments, mistakes, missteps, challenges that you have faced have actually created this person that is you, that has a lot to share with other people and a lot to benefit the rest of society with in one way or another. That could be anyone, like from a baker to a candlestick maker, right? So it's not all about, reading cards or writing books or, being in a spiritual and like directly clear-cut spiritual practitioner. Your spirit work can be in something that is very, very earthbound, a very earthbound activity. You could be a gardener, right? beauty and spirit comes in many different packages, from the magical to the mundane, right? In the giveaway and smoky mirror, we're seeing that as well. It's like, what is it that you have to give? What is it that you want to give? Like, there is something that you want to give freely. And the smoky mirror is, for me, running through the portal of your heart, deeply understanding and feeling into how it is you feel about yourself. How you feel about yourself and how you feel about you in the greater picture, in the big picture. Like, where are you in the big picture? Do you dissolve into the big picture? Are you like a little pixel in the big picture? And how do you feel about the divine? This is coming right by divinity. Are you connected to a spiritual practice? It doesn't have to be a doctrine. It doesn't have to be anything you share with anything else or anybody else. Do you have a practice of your own that connects you to divinity, whether that's singing in the shower or meditating on the subway, right? Or do you go on the weekends and clean garbage out of the local ravine, local park? And that's your honoring of the earth and divine presence. There's many ways. They want you to see yourself for your divine self and see how much love and care you have to offer. Because I feel from this, it's like you want to give a lot of love and care, but you've often been misinterpreted because your vibe is so high without you thinking about it. And people are like, what the heck? This person thinks they're all that, and they think that because, they say sometimes you can't help how people react to your vibration. You can only be sure of what your intentions are and be sure of your connection to the divine. And that's very important. When you are an authority like you are, right? Because people will want to find reason to pull you down from the heights that they put you at, or they feel that you put yourself at. People who are not yet where you are in terms of their expansion. Sweat lodge. Get out what you need to get out. Detoxify. You need to detoxify. You need to clean out your heart space. Of course, this is coming by right. So if you are writing, once again, like, pour it all out into a book. No one even necessarily write like no one is ever going to read it. And then if you decide that you want someone to read it, then you edit it or get an editor or move on from there. But the Sweat Lodge is about getting deep into the deepest place inside of you. Like, look, you're going into this dark space to the light. But to go into the light, you have to go through the dark spaces. And this is all, I love kind of this corner for you, because you have surrender, you have the Fool, you have support coming in, Yeah. They want me to leave that there. So I hope that I didn't kind of stop mid-sentence, because sometimes they do that. They're like, yep, enough talking about that. Let's next card. So we're pulling your final oracles now. And for these ones, I just pulled the oracles and read from the guidebook. Sorry, I just had like an explosion in my face with the cards. So we have Warrior Woman, Sight of the Owl, or Sight of Owl. And let me see if they want. I usually pull one from each deck, but nope. Oh my goodness. Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Yeah, you definitely have like super wonderful, high vibrational guides and people. I'm going to call them people. Or beings watching out for you and guiding you. And some of you have a very specific divine purpose that has to do with bringing in light, ushering in the next era. And it's just time for you to step into that. Once again, everything that happened along the way was to help you get to this point. So there's no experiences to be like, if you were, basically put it this way, if you were meant to be this oracle, this divine channel, this authority, when you were 10, you would have been it, right? Or when you were 21, you would have been it, right? This now moment is the moment. So there is nothing that you did up to now that was, let's say, a misstep on your part. You were experiencing life. Now, they are assisting you in recalling who you are so that you can take all of those experiences and do something of service with them. Which was the intention. Yes. 41, Warrior Woman. We're getting over the hour now, so I won't rush, but I don't want to keep you any longer than, you have time for. So, 41. Warrior Woman was not born into greatness. She worked hard, practiced, and constantly refined her skills to become the strong, celebrated fighter she is now. And she has the scars to prove it. On the battlefield, warriors fight until the end because they fight for what they believe in, their hearts burning bright with conviction. Hatred and anger burn hot too, and it's easy to mistake them for passion, but they are not sustainable fuel, either burning out fast or consuming the fighter entirely. The pure light of your heart, however, is an eternal flame when fueled by truth and justice. As long as your goal resides in the heart, you too are on the path to glory. You too are a warrior woman. If you are feeling discouraged or doubtful, know that you already have all the courage, motivation, willpower, and creativity you need, but you must practice owning your power and fighting for your passions. Don't give up on your dreams just yet. You are being guided to dig in deeper and channel your focus, energy, and resources into fighting for your dreams. You will win in the end, but do not expect overnight success. Reaching your goal will take time and dedication, but the rewards will be well worth the effort. I don't think I need to say anything on that card. I usually just let them chime out. There was a lot in there that we already said. And I love it when the oracles really tie everything up with a bow. So I'll keep going. 28, Sight of the Owl. Sight of Owl. Excuse me. Owl has spotted something heading your way and warns you to pay attention to the subtler, finer details. With night vision far superior to that of humans and many other creatures, the owl's sharp eyes are legendary. Her ability to turn her head nearly full circle will help you see beyond what is immediately in front of you. An important decision is on the horizon. While it might not look like much when it arrives, it will have a significant impact on your life. The benign appointments on your calendar may be much more important to your future than you might have realized. Your full awareness is required now, and you must watch carefully like a bird of prey and decide what is the right path for you when the time comes. You will be challenged to make difficult decisions. Keep in mind the bigger picture. Will this choice support who you want to be and the goals you have? Do not worry if you must release one goal in favor of another. Better opportunities will replace any that have been lost. And last but not least, so discernment side of the owl, and using the full power of your awareness to make decisions. Council of Light. Oh. The Council of Light is a team of benevolent beings who are here to assist the raising of consciousness of the planet. They are here to help you achieve your soul mission and are guiding you every step of the way. However, because we live in a world where free will reigns, they cannot help you without your permission. If you would like their assistance, it is time to ask them. They can help with all kinds of requests. Nothing is too big or small. Think of them as your personal team of helpers in the spirit realm. They are willing and ready to step in and get to work. What would you like help with? What tasks would you like to delegate to them? The Council of Light is a team of ascended masters, light beings, angels, and guides devoting to the rising of Earth and all humanity. If you are a light worker, it is from them that you receive your personal mission. Like a Spirit World United Nations, they want to thank you so much for doing this work and devoting your life to uplifting the planet. Pray to them for clarity and guidance regarding your personal mission. Put in your requests and let them get to work. That is your reading. 3 months. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for you, Taurus North Node. It's going to be great. And because you're a Taurus North Node, you're also moving towards this incarnation of material abundance and being very comfortable in the material, physical realm. So do ground yourself and, dream big dreams in both the earthly plane and beyond. And I will see you again in 3 months' time. And in between, I am doing ascension messages, kind of podcast style, from the different star families, star groups over the month of December. So I hope you can tune in for that. And until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.